everything looks like it's working how it's supposed to. Hello, hello, and welcome. All right. So for today's goal, to finish this painting. I think it's ambitious. I know you're like, but it's almost done. It looks like you should be able to finish it. Yeah, but in my mind, I have a lot of details that I want to add. So I know that it's ambitious, but I'm going to try. Because it's a lot of tiny details. Like, I want to add like moss here. I want to add vines on buildings. I have to add in the signs. I want to add in things like merchandise inside the shops. Small details on the characters. So lots to do. Let's see if I can get it done today. That'd be awesome. Yeah. What I'm going to start with, so I want to continue working on the moss. I think that would be a good place to start. And I want to add vines and moss to this home, as well as little stems on the pumpkins and little pumpkin faces. So we're going to move this aside. And I'm going to bring my palette forward. Ah, it's Win! Hi, Win. How you doing? Hey, and it's Nacho. Hi, Nacho. How you doing? Good to see you guys here. Yeah, just gonna make some green moss here. So I took my sap green, a little bit of yellow, and I would say that's a good medium color. Gonna take a little bit of that medium color, add it here. I know it looks like I have green on my palette, but it's all like dried up. Also, I used a lot of it for my commission piece that I've been working on, which I'm almost done with my commission piece too. I'm super excited. I just have very small details left to do, and then that's it. And then the commission piece will be done, and I'm so excited. I'm ready. I'm ready to have that piece done. Just because I want to move on to other things and other projects. Hey, and it's Link. Hi, Link. How you doing? Sorry, Link, if you said hello and it took me a minute to respond. That's okay, Nacho. That's okay if you can't stay horribly long. I'm just happy that you're here and that you did end up stopping by. That makes me happy. Not to worry, Nacho. I know you're at work too, so all is good. All is good. Yeah, so I'm just remixing my colors, and then I promise I will get into something more interesting. I didn't give myself quite enough sap green. More sap green, just a tiny bit of yellow, and I'll take some brown and black. And that'll be like my dark green color. Maybe a little bit more green. It's a little too dark. But I do want contrast, so it's okay. Anyways, I'll use this value sparingly so it doesn't get too dark. All right, now I'm putting aside my palette. Actually, I'm going to flip around my palette so that the colors are closer to me. And I'm going to bring forward this lovely painting again. You know what? I'm going to do like how I've kind of worked on this entire painting, which was work from this side over to this side. So I'm going to start with some moss kind of colors here. I have like fuzzies. fur fuzzies. It's from the cattail that I'm working on the animal ears. You know what? I'm gonna look for a different kind of brush. I want something kind of small and stubby. That's what I'm looking for. Something like this, but this one's like way too small and stubby. I don't know. How would this one be? This one actually might work. I think I'll do that one. Yeah. And if that one doesn't work, I have this one. But this one might be too soft to bristles. So we'll see. We shall see. Sometimes if I don't know if a brush will work or not, I kind of do just a dry brush with no paint and just like kind of pretend. And I'm like, oh, that feels comfortable. Then I will give it a try. Link, are you one of the ghosts? You can be one of the ghosts if you want to be. It seems just about each of my paintings, people kind of end up finding themselves, even though that's like not my intention at all, which I think is kind of funny, but I like because then that means I'm making the painting relatable. If you could see yourself in one of my paintings, then I am very flattered, and that makes me happy. All right, so let's scooch this over a little bit. For the moss, it's kind of just like a stipple effect that I do. So I'm just going in with my medium color. And then I'm gonna go in with my light. And I'm gonna do the highlights. So the light is coming from this direction here and going this way, right? So that means that the light is going to be more so on that side. Whenever doing lights and shadows, always be sure of where your light source is coming from. And then I'm going to do shadows. There we are. And you know what? Let's give some attention to this shop right here. Remember that I did want to add some yellow glow to these characters here. Well, sorry, I saw a detail. Since I wanted to add some yellow glow to them, unfortunately, I actually do have yellow and orange right in front of me. I was using in the commission painting I was working on, so that's why I have it. I'm gonna move my microphone. I realized it's a little ways from me. Probably all of you hear no difference, but there we go. So I'm gonna reactivate the yellow, reactivate the orange, which the orange is already dried up. What? I literally just used the orange and it's already like kind of stiff, but that's okay. I'm gonna remix my orange. Need to get some more. That's all right, Nacho. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye. Nah. Yeah, I'm really happy to almost have this piece done. I think it'll be good. Then that means that I can focus on other pieces. Like always, I have lots of ideas, lots of projects to finish up. All right, actually, I'm gonna take a different brush. I'm gonna take this thin brush and I'm going to turn it. I know it's right side for you guys right now, but I'm gonna turn it a little bit so it's more right side for me, just because I want to make sure I get this lighting correct. And I don't want it to be so far away. I know it kind of gets fuzzy. It starts to get fuzzy when it's all the way back there. What if I move it like this? No, that's completely off. What if it's like this? That's not so bad. There we go. There we go. You guys can see perfectly. Okay. Hi, Blood. How you doing? What? Nacho annoying me. Nacho never annoys me. What you talking about, Blood? Nacho's just a chill guy. There's a Fuzzy. Be gone, Fuzzy. And then to add this yellow, all I do is that I just go right on top. Normally I would have done this when as a first layer type of thing, but as you all know, I kind of spaced it in the moment, but that's okay, because that's what's great about paint. You can always go back on top. Huh? Nah, Nacho doesn't distract me. He's all good. He knows that I'm working hard. Blood, you're funny. There we go. See, he's already looking a lot better. Like, he's looking less. I know before I really felt like he kind of looks separated from the store or even the painting. Like, he was in his own, this wizard was like in his own kind of world. But now he actually looks like he's sinking into his world, this one. Like, he's more of a part of it. And that's something else too I've noticed that light really helps out with, is if you are creating a painting and you feel like your foreground and your background are just too separated, look at the light. It might be because your foreground is actually in a totally different light source than the background. That was a mistake I used to make a lot in the very beginning, where I was like, even before I started oil painting, that was when I just did like just little sketches here and there, or little paintings here and there, and then I would realize, wait, like I would make my background super dark, but then all of a sudden my foreground would be super light, and be like, why does it look separated? Oh, there you go. My eyes. Yeah, blood, don't actually look directly into the light. My eyes. Probably one of the best SpongeBob memes. Hmm. That's an interesting observation, Win. I'm not familiar with that movie at all. I'm not familiar. That's too funny. See, I'm even like, look, my goal is to finish this painting in this stream, and then I'm caught up doing teeny tiny details again. You know, that's how it goes. When doing these little characters, I think I really like I like adding in all the little details and all the little fabric folds. I do. I know it's tedious, but I enjoy it. Oh, really? You did a drawing of him? Huh. I'll have to relook again when. Was the drawing, did you draw this a long time ago, when? There we go. Sweet. Oh, 2 years ago? Then I might need a reminder then to re-spark my memory. Or I'll just go back and look at your art account. Oh, okay. Guy with a sword. I'll have to look at it again when. Look at your drawings. It's probably going to be one of those things as soon as I see it, I'll remember. I'll be like, oh yeah. There we are. Oh yeah, and I still need to add shading to this guy too. Okay. I might have to take back of trying to finish this piece today. Just because I'm like, now that I, like, looking at it from afar, I was like, I can finish this. Ambitious, but I can finish it. But now that I'm like actually in the process of painting, I'm like, ooh, I might have to reconsider. I'm still gonna try to work towards it. Still gonna try to work towards finishing it. Just the trick will be, how far can I get? There we are. And that'll even add some light to the table here. That yellow candle glow. And I think I'm even going to add a bit of orange too. Now, for the rest of the store kind of behind him, it still has that, it totally needs a second layer kind of look, especially with the red brown here, because remember, my, the canvas texture kind of threw me off. So I'm going to mix some more burnt sienna. Here, I'll scooch this over. And so here I have white, burnt sienna, And you know what? I'm going to add in a bit of orange. And it looks like for the dark parts, I'm going to need some more, I'm definitely going to need some more burnt umber for sure. So let's get some more burnt umber. Burnt umber and burnt sienna right here. Oh my gosh, it's coming to the end in this tube. I have to double check and see if I have any more. I think I got more. I have to make sure because I like burnt umber. This is a good color. And burnt sienna too. I have to double check. I don't know if I have an extra tube of burnt sienna. I always try to keep backup tubes because what would really suck is if I need a color and then I can't move on in a painting, so I have to order it online and wait for it to ship. I'd rather just have it here so I can continue in my painting. I never really want to run into that where I'm like, well, can't move on because I am waiting on my paint to come in. Nah, I don't want that to happen. And for the darkest part, a little bit of black. A little more burnt umber. All right, moving this aside. And then I will put this back where it was. Right here was good. I can do that. Okay. Now for the floor and the floor here and then the walls and everything. And even this beam, I did not mix any color for that beam, but that is definitely, this needs a second layer for sure. And it looks like it's just orange, white, and burnt sienna. I think that's really all that it is. And I'm gonna add in a little bit of yellow. Maybe a little bit of orange, a little more orange. There we go. All right, I got the color. I got the color of the building beam. So for the inside of the walls, I definitely have like the suggestion of lanterns or lights. So I want to keep that. But I'm going to have orange reflective light. And then here is the insides. And I'm carefully painting around him. See, it's already looking so much better. And it's not even like fully blended or fully done. I'm just like, oh, yes, this is what this needed. No, I haven't heard of that blood. A bit locker? No, blocker? No, I haven't heard of that. That's interesting. Huh. Well, I mean, I haven't personally have any issues with my computer. Um, I hope that if like that's something that gets resolved quickly, especially for the people that are dealing with it. Because that would really suck. That glitch would really suck, and I would hope that Windows would fix that right away. Just painting the sides. I know that they're tiny sides, but I don't know. I like painting the sides of my canvas. I think that it makes it look more complete, even if it is like a thin matte board, kind of like how like this one. I still think it looks nice and complete when the edges are painted. And I'm just kind of blocking color, and then I'm just like putting it there. You can get more comfortable in my seat. And I'll come in with the second layer of this beam here too. Need a little bit more turpentine, loosen it up a bit. There we go. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of orange for highlights because this beam's looking a little flat to me. Just a little bit. So I wanna add in some kind of dimension. No. No, I haven't heard of it, Blood. Yeah, I didn't even know that there was like parts that I couldn't even access anymore. Huh. Well, I'll let you know. I haven't had a problem so far, so all is good. I don't know, maybe it was just something that affected some people and other people didn't. I don't know, that's interesting. I don't do well with glitches, so hopefully it's just the glitches stay away from me. All right. And I'm just kind of continuing along, just moving along, doing the same thing. Yeah, you can see here versus here how much, like how different it looks already. And I don't know, in my opinion, it looks a lot better. It looks more solid. The colors look even richer. Like this, yes, this is exactly what this little shop needed. Yeah, very, very true. Always do backups for sure. Yeah, and there we go. And also too, along the roof, I'm gonna have to add in a little bit of shadow. There we are. And it's okay if it's not perfectly smooth because it's like I'm still trying to go for that wood grain kind of texture, but obviously it's far away, so the viewer won't see the wood grain like perfectly. But it still has like kind of that rough texture. And when doing the wood grain, I want to make sure that my brush strokes are going all in the same direction. Oh yeah, and I was gonna add shading to his arm. Do you know that I completely spaced that until I started painting around his arm when I was like, wait, I need to do value. His arm just looks very flat right now. Hold on. I wonder if I have any skin tone left. I don't feel like mixing skin tones at all. Do I have any? No, I don't. Damn. Bummer. Okay. I'm gonna have to mix a little skin tone really quick here. Thankfully, I can do it really, really quickly. Especially too, like, it's just shadows, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm like putting my palette knife next to it because I want to see if it will be dark enough. I think this will be good. Yeah, that'll be good. See, just little value, not much. But even just a little bit of this makes all the difference. There we are. Okay, now I can move on. And that's what's tough too sometimes about pieces that I have so many elements to them. I'll notice that I'll forget things quite often, and I'll have to go back and be like, wait, I forgot this little detail or that detail. Meh, it happens. I try not to get too serious or worked up over if I forget little details. I'll just be like, oh, it's okay, you know? I mean, it's just paint, so I can paint right over it or fix it, you know? It's not super hard to fix. Just paint right over it. Hey, it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? Sorry if you were sitting here for a minute. Before I acknowledged you, I was, as you can see, focusing on the painting. Which, Isaac, I know you already know, like everyone else here, kind of already know the way I work. Nice. That's awesome, Isaac. I bet you're very excited. Yep, when being the little focus fairy for sure. So after this piece, I'm not sure what everyone's interested in me, like what you're interested in me working on. I still have the Huntrix piece that I'm trying to finish. I do kind of have a deadline for it. Um, if you're interested in that, or if you want me to switch it up, and work on other things. I have tinier canvases of like little fun drinks and food again that I can paint. I was actually thinking about maybe working on one of my smaller pieces and then kind of switching it up from the Huntrix, but I'm not sure because I do have deadlines. It's just because I feel like so many of my pieces lately have been kind of intensive and I want a little bit of a break, but deadlines. That's the one hesitating thing where I'm like, ah. Yeah, the Huntrix painting, you like that idea, Win? Okay, good. It might be Huntrix after all then. Hi, Evo Leia. How are you doing? I'm gonna guess, Evo Leia, with the emoji that you sent that you also like the idea of the Huntrix painting. Alright, sounds good, sounds good. Oh, really? Evo Leia, I didn't know that there's a new season to Hazbin Hotel. I know that it was confirmed that Hazbin Hotel was going to have another season, especially how popular the second one is going to come out. But I have no idea when it's going to come out. I'm excited. I'm ready though. I really like Hazbin Hotel. It's a good one. And I know everyone's suggesting I need to give Hell of a Boss a chance to, which I want to. I just haven't yet. I haven't given it a chance yet. Yeah, Isaac. I thought that would be a funny, like, crossover kind of thing to do. I think we've talked about it in this stream, like, have, like, Huntrix at a, like, performing like, at a concert, and have all, like, the demon slayers from all these different universes in the crowd, like, including, like, Doom Guy and um, that kind of thing. But then it would be funny, like, to have the demons from the Hell of the Boss and Hasbin Hotel, like, in hoods, like, try to, like, secretly be there, but not be spotted. I don't know. It's kind of a silly concept, but I think it'd be funny. Be a lot of details. A lot of details. I know, when so many things, almost too many things to catch up on. Evo Leia, I'm not sure. I am not sure. I am, like, not super in depth familiar with the Doom lore. Um so that I cannot answer because I don't know. Yeah, see, Isaac, you know the lore of Doom better than I do. Oh, that's cool, Win. And what did you think of the original Ninja Turtle comics? gonna take a moment and look. Yeah. I'm only using this monitor to look from afar, and it's already looking a lot better with the second layer. There we go. I'm so excited. I just am really happy with how this piece is turning out and what it looks like. And even when it's not Halloween, I'm still planning on making poster prints of this piece. I don't know anything else because I feel like I can't really make stickers out of this or charms or anything, and there's just too much detail. It'd be so small on a little sticker. But poster prints for sure. Yeah, and they'll be available once I get it done. They'll be available even if it's not Halloween. Halloween all year round. Hey, Win, I'm glad that you were liking that you like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's good. Yeah, that's what I heard, that the original is actually like pretty gritty and violent. And over time it's become more and more like little, like not little kid, but like it's become like kid kinder. Kinder to children. But that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed. What am I reading right now? I'm reading a really cute manga called oh gosh, I think it's like cat therapy or cat massage therapy. I think that's what it's called, cat massage therapy. And it's just a silly little story about a like cats that have a massage therapy like studio, and there's these workers who, they're tired, they work hard long days at the office and they just need massage, so they go to these cat masseuses and to get their massage. And oh my gosh, it's a really cute little manga. I hope one day it gets animated and turned into an anime because I think it would just be so cute. It's oh my gosh. And it's a silly story. Like it's light. Like there's not really a lot of depth to it, but there doesn't need to be. It's like one of those stories that it doesn't need the depth. It just needs the sweetness and the happy and the cuteness of these cats. And I'm just enjoying it so much. I read the first volume a really long time ago, and then recently my brother was at the bookstore and he saw the second volume was available, and he's like, "Hey, do you want me to pick it up for you?" And I was like, "Yes, please." And the cats are really cute. I love the illustrations. So good. Highly, highly recommend if you like just cute, adorable stories, and especially that they include cats. Yeah, yeah. I've never read the Grimm's Tales Eve of Leia, but I am fairly familiar with them, and I'm really familiar with the originals versus how they've changed over time, and that kind of stuff. We actually do have a book that has a bunch of the Grimm's tales in it. I should give it a read sometime. Because I feel like I've read it without actually reading it, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm like really familiar with them, with the fairy tales. And there's like a ton of more, like, gosh, I think like the Grimm brothers have written, they wrote, like, there's like a couple hundred fairy tales that they've written, and a lot of them aren't famous. Like, of course, we all know like the Little Mermaid and Hansel and Gretel and Snow White. Like, those are the really famous ones, but there's other ones too that even me, I never heard of, and I can't even think off the top of my head. So I think it's interesting what kind of becomes famous and what doesn't. I did read the kind of going off topic a little bit, but somewhat in the same realm. I did read the original Alice in Wonderland, and the first book is actually really good. Yes, it's weird and kooky, but I feel like I can still follow along exactly what's going on. And I actually really, really, I like Alice in Wonderland. I'm a big fan. Now, I tried reading Through the Looking Glass, which is the second book. I couldn't follow. It was way too all over the place, pinging around. Some of the, I don't know, there were so many words I wasn't even familiar with what meant. Like, I'm like, I think these are real words, but we just don't use them anymore. And so I was, through the looking glass, I was completely lost. And I actually like felt bad. I was like, am I just a weirdo? I don't know. And I ended up talking to a friend who also read the original Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. She actually finished Through the Looking Glass, and she's like, yeah, no, that book is just out there. It's very hard to follow. So I'm like, okay, I don't feel bad. Oh, the manga win. It's called. I'll send you a picture of the cover. It's called Cat Massage Therapy, and I'll send you a cover. And if I forget when, just message me and be like, hey, what was that cute, adorable cat manga you were talking about? Yeah, it's funny. I actually really like reading. I just rarely give it time, which makes me sad because anytime I do give reading time, I am so happy each time. Like, I'm like, oh, it feels good to read a book. And then long time goes by where I don't. And then I pick it up again and I'm like, why didn't I give this more time? Just adding in shading. I think it's funny when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna finish this up and work on the moss first, and then I completely get sidetracked and I start working on the shop instead of all the moss. Like, I was gonna focus on this other building originally, and then I got sidetracked. Nah, it happens. That's kind of partially why I don't really draw on camera. Like, I don't like to do any kind of sketching on camera because that's like really how I am. I really bounce around and it's hard to explain what my thought process is and that kind of stuff. And also, I don't want anyone to judge me. Because I will. I'll start like drawing something and then I'll see something and I'll go over there, like, and then I bounce back and forth. Kind of like how, I don't know, today's painting sessions kind of turned into that. And I'm like, please don't judge me. It's just my process. Everyone's process is different. And that is true. Everyone's process is different. That's why I also find it really fascinating, like seeing other artists' work, because everyone's process is completely different, and I personally find it really fascinating. Even though I'm not like too much on social media, like where I just kind of look at what other people post, the little stuff that I do see is typically other artists' process in creation. Like, if I'm gonna watch anything, that's what I'm gonna watch. Unless if it's like a meme that like someone sent me. Yeah, I've heard of that one. I'm waiting for the Cyberpunk prequel to come out too. I thought it was out, it just wasn't translated yet. I don't know. But I want paper. I kind of I don't like to read and stare at a screen. I can't stare at a screen for too very long. Um I don't like it at all. Like the other day I spent like an hour editing videos for Instagram and TikTok. Maybe it was an hour, maybe it was over an hour. I was like, I'm over my phone. Goodbye. I'm like, I am putting my phone away and I'm going back to painting. No more. But if they print out the book, then I definitely want to I want to see it. Or I want to read it, not see it. I want to read it really bad. Yeah, one, I love the cyberpunk universe. Two, I love Rebecca. Like, I mean, clearly, I cosplay her often enough. And I know you can't see from this angle, but I have. How many posters do I have of her? I have 3 up there. 4? Yeah. And then that pin, 5. Yeah, I have quite a bit. I like Rebecca. I like my girl Rebecca. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it when. For sure. Thank you for giving me a heads up. And that's okay, Win, if your art process is slow. Everyone works at different speeds. And also, too, like, the more you work on your craft, the faster you get. I think that's why some artists, like, will only stick to, like, one thing where they're, like, they've painted this one thing 1,000 times because they have the speed to do it really fast. Unlike me, where I'm constantly experimenting and trying new things. Which is okay. I don't mind. I have many passions, many loves. I have many things that I like. I can't imagine just I truly cannot imagine just painting like one thing forever and then making a career on it. Like where I'm like, oh, I only paint this, you know. You're not saying that that's bad. That works for a lot of people, and a lot of people do that where they just specialize. But not me. I know. I'm an odd one. Oh, that came fuzzy. Here we go. And now I gotta be careful around this little ghost face. I don't want him to get all covered up. And just adding in more shadow underneath this beam. There we go. Oh, as I was about to say, I think the inside of the store is done. Nope, I forgot to blend this completely. This edge right here, I forgot to blend. Could you imagine if I just left it as is this whole time? All right, so now that the inside of this store is done, I'm gonna work on the glow of these two figures here, very similar to what I did here. I get what you mean, Win. Yeah, you know, I say if you want to get faster at creating your art, then work on it. Every day, work on it. You know, work on painting, work on drawing, or your stained glass. Like every day, have the discipline to wake up and be like, I'm going to work on this. Even if you're like, I don't feel like it, just do it. Um, and it's hard. It's hard to do, but you got to. And also, too, it's good to have discipline. This is going to be a little tricky because I don't want to smudge what I just did. And then I'm adding some more dimension to his hair and beard so it doesn't look like it's all just one piece. Want to add a little more dimension. Sorry, I have to make it more upside down for you guys. But I want to see what I'm doing. There we go. I'll move it back right here. There we go. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Win. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this piece is turning out, how it's looking. Yeah, looking at the time right now, there's no way that I could finish this in time. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll be honest. But I will say that I'm happy with where it's going. There we are. Yeah, just a calm, peaceful day of painting. I like it. It's good. Yeah, everyone has different ways of recharging, and for me, like painting or even just creating in general, doesn't matter what it is, but as long as I'm creating and I see good progress in my work, then I that's how I recharge. And I will add not much because the light won't be as so intense by his feet, but just a little bit of glow. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think I still, even though I didn't get this painting completed like how I wanted to, um, I did still make pretty good headway, I think. I agree. I agree. I think I still made good progress. I still got a lot done. I still feel a little silly continuing working on a Halloween painting even after Halloween, but you know, oh well, what can you do, right? You know what I should add is fall leaves. Like, I know I don't have any fall trees in this work, but like adding them on the ground, kind of like flying around, I think that's what this painting needs. I think that it would look really cute if there was like fall leaves on the ground. All right, that'll have to be for another painting session because I'll have to figure out what brush I want to use and how I want to actually complete that. But now that I'm thinking of it, I'm like, wait, I think some like fall, autumn leaves on the ground would be a nice touch. I think it's something that's definitely needed. Sorry, I went on a little side quest of the roof. I was like, I'm seeing some things up here I wanna change up a bit. Alright, I'll go back to the figures now. And you know what? No, actually I'm good on time. I thought it was a little later than what it was. I was about to say I'll finish her up and then call it a stream, but I'm like, actually, I think I'll be okay. And in the lighting of this world, I'm kind of more so kind of taking inspiration from lighting from video games. Kind of like I do in my other pieces. Like, technically, in the real world, this yellow light wouldn't even hit her in the ways that it is. But in video games, it would. And as you all know, that's like my favorite kind of light to play with. And I want to add more details to her scarf. You know, kind of make more defined definition of what is scarf, what is not. I think I want it to be darker. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use the medium green that I mixed or the dark green. I think the dark green on her would look really pretty. Whoop. My chair just like moved out from underneath me. It just was like, nope. So I was like, what happened? I'm kind of adding this texture to it because I want it to look like it's kind of sewn, not just outlined. So I'm just doing tap, tap, tap. I kind of want to add this outline too to kind of define her head scarf a little bit. Maybe make some little tassels at the ends of her scarf. Really lightly. Really lightly. You know what? And I kind of want to add too. I want to add a little bit of this like fringe to the bottom of her own skirt. I think that'd be nice. I'm gonna add a little bit of turpentine to this. It's kind of having a hard time sticking. Yeah, if oil paint's not thin enough with tiny details like this, it just won't stick to the canvas at all. So I have to make sure that my paint's always kind of more on the liquidy side. But you don't want it too liquidy because otherwise it'll run everywhere a little bit like watercolors. And then you don't want that either. Kind of want, I think I'm like almost seeing her, the edge of her scarf with fringe all along the edges. So I think I kind of want to recreate that. Yeah, something like this. What do you think? That's it for a little goblin girl. I don't know. She has pointy ears. I'm going to call her a goblin. Alrighty. So, yes, I want to add in like merchandise and wizard staffs in this market, in this store, but I can't really do that while the inside the store is wet. So I'm just gonna have to move on. And yeah, we still got time. What can I work on next? I'm gonna work on the other half of the shop. Yeah, and I also too not only want to do I want to add in merchandise, I want to add in lanterns. Okay, so I have a lot more details that I want to add to this. Who was it that said it a while ago? Just like someone once told me, keep thinking your painting's done and then you add more and you continue adding more. It wasn't about this piece, it was about another piece. But yeah, no, that's true. I think it's done, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, more is added. All right, it's done now. Nope, more is added. And yeah, I'm thinking for today's painting session, I'm going to finish up this half of the shop and then I will call it there. And I think that'll be good. It'll make it a good place to stop. Thank you, Link. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the vampire girl here turned out. I agree. I think she turned out really cool. Oh my gosh, I'm doing that tiny little corset. Yeah, it was well, you all remember. You were all here. I didn't breathe the whole time. Just like, nope, it has to be perfect. Aw, thank you, Win. Yeah, but even if it's 90% done, that means it's not, there's a 10% that I know still needs to get done. So all it'll do is just bother me if something's not half done, but if something's not completed, it'll bother me if I sell it as completed. And that's not I like to have like a completed product. I don't want to be like, oh, it's only 90% done. But I want to do a poster of it, not even have a completed product. Like, no. They only sell completed products. There's even been paintings, and I feel really bad doing this to my brother because he takes pictures and edits all of them before to get them into their digital form. And, you know, that takes time and energy for him to do. And there has been a handful of times where I look at a painting and I'm like, it's not completed. And I'm like, hey, uh, Lucas, can you please like retake? I'm gonna like change, like paint this, like fix this painting, and then can you take a picture again and edit it again? And I hate doing that to him. And it's happened a few times. He's always so nice and he's always like, yeah, no, no worries. But I'm just like, thank you. And I'm sorry. Yeah, so I try to avoid doing that too, so it doesn't waste so much of his time. Yes, shout out to my brother who makes the digital forms of these paintings possible. Yeah, without him taking photos of it, um, them turning into any kind of poster print stickers, charms, none of that would even exist. So, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Again, my chair came out from underneath me. And I'm not like, what the hell? it's T. Hi, T. How you doing? Sorry if you were sitting here for a minute, just chilling before I said hello back. I kind of got into suddenly like a thought process of like, what's gonna be my next step here? I'm glad T you could join us right before the end of the stream. I know the time zone difference is a little different for you, so I'm glad that you're here. That's good. Oh, and thank you, Win, for posting the Discord. I'm pretty happy with the progress made today. I think it's good. Aw. Well, I'm sorry that T that the gaming convention wasn't so good. Hopefully tomorrow's not worse. Hopefully it's good. But hey, it sounds like at least you heard some good music, which that's good. I just got paint all over me. Yeah, sometimes you gotta look for like the little, even if like there's a bad day, there's good and bad in everything. And even if you can at least be like, well, here's some good, then that's okay, you know? Aw. Well, I hope that the gaming convention, like it goes better for you tomorrow. Oh yeah, everyone, T is making a game. So, T, I don't mind if you want to post that in your in my Discord if you want to promote yourself with the game. You can put it under like art or something like that cuz even though it's not like painting, like I still think making a video game is an art form within itself. Like a lot of work goes into a game. And also I know that there's a lot of um people who like playing games in the Discord. So, if you want to post like a link or promote yourself, go ahead, go do it. I think the more people who see it, the better, even if it is smaller groups. But yeah, I didn't even think of that until now, and I'm like, wait a minute, here. Post about it, talk about it. I don't mind. And that goes for anyone. If you want to, if you're working on something and you want to put some promotion thing in my Discord, I'm totally cool with that. Like, go right ahead. Because sometimes I know it, like, only social media does so much, and um, I think the more places where you can post and people can possibly see it, the better. And you never know how someone will find you or who will see it. Need a vacation, I understand. Well, hopefully, T, after like these few stressful days, you can find some time to relax and get a vacation in. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to add Win, if you want to add in a promote yourself tab, I would be totally cool with that. Or people can just post it in the art page. I don't mind. I am not one of those people that's like everything in a little compartment. Like it's all good. I'm not super strict like that. Absolutely. All right, thank you, Win. Thank you for making a new tab of promote yourself. So yeah, if anyone's ever doing anything cool, I think actually that would be useful. Yeah. Oh, wrong color. And talking about self promotion, I am currently getting ready for another show. It won't be this weekend, it'll be the following weekend. And it's called Holiday House, and it's a little craft fair. Um, Actually, today I am planning on posting more details about it. Um, yeah, I'm really excited. I've never done a craft fair before. Well, okay, actually, I lied. I have done a craft fair before, but it was a really long time ago. It was like, I think I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I made some watercolor paintings and I sold the watercolor paintings. Um, and it wasn't even like a craft fair like that was put on by like a company or at a park or anything. It wasn't that. One of my grandma's friends, gosh, maybe even I was younger than 12. No, I was like maybe 10, 11, something like that. But anywho, it was one of my grandma's friends who would put on a little craft fair in her house. And it was actually really cute. She opened it up to all her friends, all her neighbors, and she had all her friends be the vendors. And she set up little tables within her house and flowing into the backyard, and it would take over like the entire backyard. And it was really fun, and I had a table there for a few of the shows. One of the shows I made homemade tea, and then another one I made watercolor paintings. So that, but other than that, I've never done any craft show. I've only done like cons and, you know, like anime conventions, gaming conventions, that kind of stuff. So I'm really, really curious to see how the crafting, like, or not just the crafting, but how craft shows go for me. I know that it's gonna be a different clientele completely. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Yeah, I'm actually excited to give a craft show a try. I'm actually excited. I know it's not gonna have the busyness like a con, especially comparing it to like a big one like Fan Fusion. It's not gonna be near that at all. But I am curious. And if this one goes well, then I kind of want to open myself up to other craft shows, because we actually do have quite a few here, like that are local to me. I'm just kind of unsure of them, but I want to try. I do. I want to try, see how it works. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun and exciting, and yeah. But I'll post more details on it. Where exactly is it and that kind of stuff a little bit later today. That's my scheduled plan. Yeah. So the craft fair is more like it is Christmas themed, because it's getting close to Christmas time and that kind of stuff. So I'm even gonna try to promote like things as like cute little, like, you know, little Christmas gifts and that kind of stuff, which I'm excited for. I like Christmas. And thank you, T. Thank you. I really hope it goes well. I hope so. I'll keep you all posted of how it goes. And I just realized I went over my time just by a little bit. No big deal. But I looked up at the clock and I was like, okay. Like, time flies. Aw, thank you, T. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super, super happy how this painting is turning out. I'm just having fun with this piece, which, you know, it's good. Ah! Yeah, you can see, oh my gosh, this glow, like here, like I'm just seeing it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so much better. Looks so much better. It looks so good. Alrighty. Well, that will be it for today. I will be back on Tuesday, same time. You know what? Since I'm kind of in a good groove of this one, I probably am going to just continue working on it, and yeah, and just carry on the other characters and that kind of stuff. little bits still, like just little bits here and here. Keep chipping away at it to get it done. Aw, thank you, Link. Thank you. And thank you, Win. Aw, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. This was fun. It feels good to really be back and back in the groove, because I know the last few streams been a little shorter, kind of that kind of thing. So, but yeah, it's good. It was fun. Alrighty, I will see you all next week. You all have an awesome and fun weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Alrighty, bye for now. Thank you.